Hi, this is Hannah Smolich again with the Started in Stamford podcast. We have Shannon Daniels of Encaptiv here again. Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
Of course. So today I want to talk a little bit about specifically your business with the time we're living in now of COVID-19. So have you found it difficult to conduct your business online?
Well, the nice thing is we are a software as a service, which means we're already an online business because we are a web-based platform.
Of course.
When COVID first hit, it really hurt us. So it became very difficult initially, and we're still kind of making some adaptations to our business in order to fit this post-COVID world, I guess. And because we were built for in-person presentations and events initially.
Yeah, the interacting and
Yeah. And so when all of the in-person events and presentations got canceled, we were like, but luckily, since we are a web-based platform, we were able to make some quick adaptations early on where we can integrate with Zoom and WebEx and GoToMeeting and Google Meet. And so you can do your video through your third-party service. So it makes us viable to be used for this stay at home, work from home kind of world. But we're also working on fully integrating video into our platform now to really be able to make it easier to support those online presentations.
Okay, great. So as you said before, I know a lot of people are using Zoom. Is there a very easy way to slide share through Zoom?
You can screen share through Zoom,
Yep.
but not slide share. So slide share and screen share are a little different. I know we talked about that on another podcast interview we did. But with screen share, I would give you this tip. If you're going to use Zoom to screen share slides, make sure you screen share only that window. If not, embarrassing things may pop up on your screen or things that you don't want other people to see. And when you are screen sharing, make sure to put that in full presentation mode, because if not, everybody's seeing all your slides on the side and your notes and everything going on. With SlideShare, people are only seeing what you want them to see, and that's what Encaptiv is. So you upload your slides into Encaptiv and you push those out to people. So you know you have full control over what they're seeing, whereas screen share, not always.
Yeah. So in terms of that, can it be difficult to engage people more when they can't technically interact the same way?
What do you mean with screen share versus slide share?
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are just doing video calls.
Yeah. With the screen share, they can, and it depends on what level of a Zoom subscription you have, right? If you have a standard Zoom subscription, they can only post in the chat. Right? Okay. There's not a Q&A function. There's not a polling function. If you want to upgrade to their webinars, I think it starts at like $50 a month. You can do that. But with Encaptiv, with our $9 a month plan, you have all that interactivity and the slide share. So you share out your slides. People can ask questions. People can participate in polls. They can take notes. They can give feedback. So there's a lot of interactivity that happens. And then we collect all that data and report out on it. So that's a big difference between using like a Zoom with a screen share versus a slide sharing tool like Encaptiv, where we actually capture every interaction and provide all kinds of analytics.
Yeah, and you could really, even in Zoom sometimes, with the screen sharing thing, it's not the same type of engagement as you would have with Encaptiv, I'm sure, because people aren't able to interact the same way.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know most businesses have shut down, so this might have halted for you guys, but are your clients finding it easy to conduct their businesses online?
Some. I've been working with people that are certainly struggling. And like, for example, just before we got on this interview, I was on with one of my coaching clients, as well as an Encaptiv customer, and helping her to understand how to adapt her presentations for the virtual world. I've met with other people who are just struggling to make their businesses relevant right now. And so finding ways to do like online presentations and provide content to make themselves relevant and to kind of pivot their business. So yeah, there's a lot of people struggling right now to be relevant and to figure out how to conduct their services, especially if they're services that are very hands-on. Like I'm not really I can't obviously do one-on-one presentation coaching right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely changes things for a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see it being difficult when you're not even allowed to be in the office and use the same type of presentation tool. So you kind of have to find
Yep.
some way to move
Yep.
and
Everybody's
capture it
learning to
online.
adapt. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So in terms of moving businesses online post-COVID, when this is hopefully all over, why do you think it would be important for people to start using Encaptiv for their presentation platform?
Yeah, so one of the great things, like I mentioned, we were built for in-person and have adapted to the virtual world as well, which, like I said, was pretty easy for us initially because we are web-based. But one of the great things is that we can be used online as well as offline. And when we go back to giving presentations in person, it's not going to be thousands of people gathering at big conferences right away. It's going to be smaller gatherings, limited numbers. And so the whole events industry and presentation industry is going to change, not just for a little while, but for years after all of this. And it's probably never going to be quite the same. And so a lot of talk has been around mixed mode events and presentations, where there's going to be some people that are physically there, but then some people who are dialed in online. And what makes getting used to a tool like Encaptiv right now a valuable thing is it becomes very good for online, but then when you go to those mixed mode or in person, it also carries over to that. So let's say you want to be teaching a class and you can only have 20 students in the classroom and maybe another 30 or 50 are joining virtually. They're still within Captive. The teacher's only going to have to use that one software, not like a web streaming software and in the classroom software. The kids that are in the classroom can join and follow along in real time. And all of the students that, I shouldn't call them kids, all of the students, sometimes they're kids, but all of the students that are virtual will be joined in and following along with the same exact presentation in real time. So everybody's on the same page, whether you're virtual or in person. And that goes for big, large scale conferences and events that Encaptiv can support, down to a small one-off presentation at the local library, right? And
Yep.
so what makes a tool like us so valuable is we can handle in-person, online, and mixed mode all together, so you don't need multiple tools to facilitate that kind of stuff.
That's great. So, I mean, it really seems as if Encaptiv has innovated the presentation world before COVID-19, and then you guys have definitely adapted to this time and have a great plan for when it's over as well.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah,
You have to be pliable right now.
of course. Definitely important to, because I mean, every business has to adapt to what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
the economy, once it opens up, hopefully, but it's still going to have a lot of big changes.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Can you tell everyone just where to find you again, or just your website?
Yeah, so you can find us at encaptiv.com, encaptiv.com, and you can contact us through the website or the phone number on the site as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You too.